Mysterious thrift store VHS tape labeled only a surprise delivers on its promise. A California software engineer discovered a mysterious VHS tape labeled a surprise. So what happened when he watched it? Well, that's when he revealed an age-old curse. If you're a fan of the 2002 film The Ring, then you know why horror fans are so hooked on the franchise. Anyone who watches the cursed videotape gets their lifespan chopped down to 7 measly days. Moviegoers know that the tape is like a cursed chain letter, and those who watch it will encounter a creepy child ghost with long black hair named Samara. But did one guy miss the obvious? Was he putting his life at risk by watching a mysterious tape? One would assume after watching The Ring that no one would ever dare try to investigate what's on an old VHS tape that looked seriously eerie. It should have been one of those duh moments. But a California man was too curious for his own good. Foon Turing paid a visit to his local thrift store. While he was there, he noticed a random VHS tape labeled a surprise. But there was something about the label that was calling to him. Was it a supernatural entity? There was something else written on the label that really stuck out. It was a creepy smiley face, which made the tape seem sinister and tempting. But what was on it? And most importantly, was he putting himself in danger by watching this bizarre tape? As a computer programmer, Turing could decipher computer languages pretty easily, but he didn't have a clue what the tape contained. It could have been a silly prank or horrible footage depicting some sort of abuse. Still, he was mesmerized by the mystery. The title and the smiley face on the label were hauntingly weird and made the video stick out among the various other items at the thrift store. Eventually, Turing made up his mind and decided he just needed to play the tape. "I threw it in the bag of stuff I was buying just to see what it was," he told Inside Edition. He had made an impulsive decision, but would it be one he would not live to regret? There could have been anything on that mylar ribbon inside the creepy VHS tape. Maybe it contained proof about aliens, Bigfoot, or the Loch Ness Monster. But what if it was something else? Well, as it turns out, the content of the tape was anything but dull. To rickroll someone is to trick them into watching what appears to be an interesting video. But when the person opens the link or plays a tape, they wind up seeing the "Never Gonna Give You Up" music video. But this couldn't have been it, right? Turing decided to record himself as he stuck the VHS tape into his VCR. If Samara really was on this tape, he intended to have solid proof so he could tell his friends. Turing documented his experience, but he didn't keep it to himself. He shared the footage on Twitter, and 1.74 million viewers watched with intrigue. But the tape wasn't the only surprising thing in the footage. He shot the footage from the comfort of his home in Milpitas, California, and it started out just as creepy as one of those bad horror movies from the 80s. Turing even had an antique TV connected to the VCR he slotted the tape into. Turing was floored. The tape showed nothing but static. Then, suddenly, Rick Astley's 1987 music video, "Never Gonna Give You Up," began to play. He couldn't believe it. He had fallen for the oldest prank. The original owner of the tape had apparently recorded the music video in hopes of rickrolling some poor, unsuspecting buyer at the thrift store. But what did it mean? There had to be some sort of meaning to this apparent silly prank, right? It's one of the oldest online tricks around, and it's not exactly the worst one. After all, Rick Astley's 1987 hit is pretty catchy, but it was anything but funny for the web users who got fooled every time. Rickrolling originated on the image board community 4chan. It evolved from another practical joke called duck rolling, which involved linking a catchy title to an image of a duck with wheels. But Turing wasn't the only victim. According to The Sun, an April 2008 survey showed that approximately 18 million American adults have gotten rickrolled. But how does musician Rick Astley feel about the prank? "I have no problem with it," Astley told the Rolling Stone. "It's done me a lot of good, probably." And ironically, the practice of tricking someone with a clip of a hit song was something he couldn't resist either. On July 27, 2017, Rick Astley posted on Twitter, "30 years ago today, I said I was never going to give you up. I am a man of my word." So he unintentionally rickrolled his fans, but other famous musicians beat him to the punch. The Foo Fighters crashed a Westboro protest with an impromptu concert. The band members were in a pickup truck that blasted Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up" to drown out the hate. But touring was reeling. "I was just shocked," Touring told Inside Edition. "I had seen this joke been done before, like 10 years ago on the internet. I never expected to someone do this in an analog form. But what did he really do with the tape?" Touring can't lay claim to the original video, but he does ask that anyone who writes him about it give him credit. Just credit Foon Touring, or @Foon somewhere. "I'm the original creator of this video for everything," he wrote on Twitter. So here's to you, Foon Touring, for recording one of the most hilarious videos online, even if it was sort of accidental. In his infamous viral video, Touring seems so disappointed that he threw the VHS tape in the trash. But it turns out that he fished it out of the bin, and he still has it. And he has one major request. "This could have been done sometime in the past 10 years, so this is kind of a long con for the joke," he told Inside Edition. Either way, the tape labeled "A Surprise" was a great joke in both the analog and the digital age.